Hello Exile, Altet2K here. The official Path of Exile Lake of Kalandra trailer is now up. Let's take a look.
Exile, you have wandered far to arrive at the shores of my lake.
They fixed the reflection.
A hidden realm I have overseen for longer than time itself. These waters harbor deadly secrets. Rayclast is reflected here. Reassemble it as you see fit. But the mirror distorts reality. Beware the image that strikes back. The lake calls you, Exile. Will you endure? Or will you drown?
Okay, that looks absolutely amazing. It's got a real Synthesis vibe to it. I actually enjoyed Synthesis. But the graphics on that look amazing as well. The sort of rocks coming out of the lake. Now, I deliberately didn't watch the trailer when it was airing on Twitch. What I did was watch the Q&A afterwards and some of the dev feedback. There were 4 new skills. 2 of them are lightning themed. One's a support gem. All look really, really cool. And there's also a new mark, and this mark looks really, really good. Basically what it does is it allows you to play slam-based poison builds. And when you hit something really hard, it drops poison on the floor. So you can build these stacks of poison up and kill them that way. It's almost like Elemental Prolif, but without going for the Pathfinder. The Trickster rework, we didn't see all of it, but what we did see looked really cool. There's something on there that increases your action speed by a great amount, and it also makes you immune to freeze and stun because your action speed can't be lowered. It's basically the Juggernaut's Unwavering Stance, but much, much better. They've also reworked a load of previous leagues. One of the ones they've reworked is Breach. They've reworked all the graphics, and they've also reduced the number of rare monsters that spawn, so they're not as dangerous. The other one they've revamped, which I really like the look of, is Harvest. What they've done there is, instead of getting all these harvest crafts that you don't know what to do with, they're going to instead drop the essence that you normally use for crafting. You can store that up and then use it for crafts that are based on that currency. So you can actually cherry pick what you want and you never lose out. That is a massive change, and I really like the look of it. Following on the Synthesis vibe, they've also got some kind of memory thing on the Atlas. Basically, you'll stick it on a map, and it creates a chain from that map through several other maps. And as you go through those, you'll get many, many more beefed up monsters, and they're not based on the Atlas tree. This should be extremely challenging, but also rewarding. They've also changed Archnemesis. It's now no longer possible to get more than 2 mods during the campaign, which is much, much safer. What they've done at the end game, though, is when you get the powerful Archnemesis mods, they'll do what they did in the original League. So they'll convert everything to maps, for instance, or maybe even currency. They didn't mention that one specifically, but I'm hoping that one comes back because it's one of the main ones. This could be extremely profitable. The other thing that they mentioned is they want to swap around the order of Exalted Orbs and Divine Orbs. We may find this league that the new Exalted Orb actually is much lower in value, and the Divine Orb is much higher. As a result, they've changed the 6-link recipe to, instead of giving you a Divine Orb, they're going to give you a load of fusings instead. I'm actually so hyped for this league. It actually looks really, really good. So much better than Sentinel did. I'm really looking forward to it. The league mechanic itself, you build like this synthesis map as we did before, but it's a lot simpler. And basically you tailor the area you run through, and it sort of raises out of the lake as you're running through it. And at the same time you can customize the rewards you get from there, because you can pick the encounters based on those bits you pick up. Now you're only going to be able to pick those up in maps, because during the campaign they're not going to be droppable. It's going to be something you run as you go along. I'm probably not going to run the mechanic during the campaign, and instead leave it all to maps. Now, as a reward for this League mechanic, they're going to give you the ability, as you run through the areas, to get a chance to get this special device. You click on it and basically it creates 2 copies of the same item. They're either rings or amulets, and their values are doubled. So say for instance a ring, about 75 maximum life I think it is. That's doubled to 150. 150 life on a ring is insane, for both for survivability and what it gives you in leech and all kinds of stuff. Now, there is a drawback, of course. Some of those mods have been reversed, so they're negative. So you could get a really large negative cold resistance, for instance, which would be really bad for your character, unless you got loads of cold resist. Now, the real power of these items is if you can drop one where the negative effect doesn't matter to you, such as you've got Resolute Technique, and these are all negative to crit. They would be really good because you still get the double buff, the ring would still be amazing. Now, on the other side of this magic device, it's going to create a mirror image of the item. It means if on the one side you had 125 life, on this side you'll have negative 125 life. It's basically a complete reversal of that item. So even if one's terrible, the other one might not be quite that bad. You can only choose one of them, of course. I'm really excited for this because it can create some really powerful items that we've never been able to see before. And if you do manage to get a really strong one of these, there's going to be a League specific item that basically takes your other ring and acts like it. So if you get one with 125 life on this side, the ring from the League mechanic will give you double that. It's insane. All in all, really hyped for this League. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments below. And with that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.